Everybody, this is Jason24CF with the great Dieminion, also known as Kevin Landon. This is now Sunday of the Winter Brawl event, hosted by Big E in Philadelphia, and you're currently competing in how many games, sir?
2 games.
And where are you at this current moment?
In Street Fighter, I made it out of my pool in winners.
Okay.
And I lost Marvel.
You lost
Marvel?
Marvel?
Yeah, I lost some Canadian player.
Okay.
Pretty solid. And I lost Remix.
Alright. But, most importantly, you had a great comeback yesterday in teams and Super against Chris G. So hopefully Spooky will put up that video, because I mean that was a hell of a comeback. I mean,
they need to put that on like one of my highlight marks.
Yeah, because that was sweet. I mean, to end it with the air graph and the air tatsu, I mean the crowd's reaction. I mean, I wish I was recording it, but again, I was just so mindfucked that it actually happened. Like, wow, the reactions. But also yesterday there was a big announcement that you made. Mm-hmm. I mean, for those who weren't watching the stream, who didn't hear it, by all means, share it.
Well, I am now officially a team member of Broken Tier.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You know, I'm kind of heartbroken, but again, I'm happy for you. You know, I mean, I just wanted what was the best for you, because I always tell everybody the same story. I met you at New York Comic Con in 2010. I knew nobody in the fighting game community. I saw you as, hey, can I get your autograph? Straight fanboy. He was extremely cool with me. I was like, I'm training to beat your character. I've been watching some matches of, StarNat. You invited me to, which was then Guard Crush, to meet StarNat. Exactly.
Yeah.
I get to Guard Crush, nervous as hell, because I still, again, don't know nobody. I'm still new to the community. You see me, you stand up from your chair, come up to me, shake my hand, and that right there, like I said, from that moment on, I said, Kevin is by far one of the coolest people, and whatever he does, I will back him and support him. For the fact that you welcomed me with open arms when I was a nobody. So, I mean, that's why when I pursued you to become a member of DMG, again, I have no hard feelings. I'm happy for you. You chose what was best for you. And again, it doesn't bother me at all. I consider you a good friend. We've had many casuals this weekend. You helped me point out some flaws in my game. And I won a few games here and there. I mean, I wasn't recording. Unfortunately, I would have liked to have recorded, so it would have been like, this is the only game we played and I won. So, but no, I mean, you're an amazing player. But with that said, you now have a sponsor, so you'll be attending more events.
Yeah, I'll be at a lot more events. The thing before I was a sponsor was that I didn't want to keep paying out of pocket to keep going to the tournaments. It wasn't really a problem. It's just not, it's not productive.
Yeah,
like,
it's not.
Out of my own pocket.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, if you don't win, I mean, you're just basically you're losing.
I'm losing money. Yeah,
you're losing money in a sense. Money.
So now that I'm sponsored by Broken Tier, shout out to Broken Tier, by the way. I'll be at a lot more events.
That's good. Congratulations, and I'm happy for you. Now, with that said, with the whole money aspect, the big thing that's been going on right now with the fighting game community is this whole eSports thing. There's been a lot of debates on Twitter about it. There's been players going back and forth. Puerto Rican Bullrog's thrown in his thoughts. Gutex have said some things. I mean, for what you know about it, how do you feel about this whole, eSports and the fighting game community?
Well, recently I watched I forgot what episode it was. It was a cross-count episode, and the Gutex and Mike Rose actually touched up on it. I'm indifferent about the whole eSports thing coming in, fighting a community, as long as they don't take away what we have and make something else out of it, as long as they can support us instead of giving us something that we already have. I think the only danger, the main fear is that if eSports comes in, then some of the bigger fighting game community events will be overshadowed. And that's not a good thing. This is a homegrown community, and we do things our way. And it's no one likes when someone else comes in, barges, and takes over. And this is not the same after that. It happens with websites all the time. The websites get bought out. The websites change. They get commercial. It happens sometimes for the good, sometimes for the worse. But this is something that is special to everybody in this community. So.
Yeah, and it definitely is a great community, because like I said, I've been in it for about a year and a half, but I love it because it's a great passion. And again, it's like people could go out their realm and be themselves when they get to these events, With that said, one of the bigger eSports franchises, well, not a franchise, but what really drives it is MLG. Now, I've been asking this question to everybody because, again, it's been the hot topic with players. Mortal Kombat was chosen to represent the fighting game community and MLG. Now, of course, the Capcom base, which consists of Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom, are furious about it. But the MK fans are happy about it. Your honest feelings towards Mortal Kombat representing the fighting game community?
The way I see it is, Capcom has a big niche in the community. And we, as a Capcom player, you know, I'm most predominantly a Capcom player.
Right.
There's a lot of opportunities for Capcom players. Other games need some, you know, some shine, some burn, you know, to put it in other words. But I think it was a good idea, actually, for MLG to pick up Mortal Kombat, only because the game actually needs something. The scene is kind of dying for Mortal Kombat. So I'm glad that MLG picked up Mortal Kombat. It's better for the players. It's more money for the Mortal Kombat players, the good players, you know. There's always opportunity everywhere, but imagine if MLG would have picked up a Capcom game.
Yeah.
The Mortal Kombat players.
Right, they would have had,
right?
Yeah, they would have had the same beef back.
So I'm glad that MLG picked up Mortal Kombat instead of
Now, when you say with the Mortal Kombat scene is dying, what do you think contributed to that? Because, I mean, the game had a lot of hype coming in. You know, Warner Brothers was backing it. What do you think or what contributed to the fact that, you know, more tournaments, there's not as many entrants? Because, I mean, the Grand Finals just took care of Winter Brawl, and I seen like maybe 15 people sitting down watching it. And it wasn't even that hype. Somebody was trying to hype the crowd, and it was a really good game. You know, as a fighting game fan, it was a really good match that took place, but it was just like there wasn't that support there. What do you think added to that?
Well, if you're a fan of fighting games, you'll appreciate any type of high level play in any game. Like I'm not a Blaze Blue player, but when I watched Blaze Blue at Evo, it looked good. Like I liked it. But Mortal Kombat, it should be the same. I like watching Mortal Kombat play, but to me it kind of seems like people, they kind of just go with other, like, you know, they just go with the majority. They kind of like sheep.
Right.
Like they support something only because other people are supporting it. They don't really truly deep down support it.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't fully support Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but I play and I compete. But for Mortal Kombat, the game, it had a lot of hype coming in, and Warner Brothers, you know, they're backing it. They put a lot of money into the game, but I think it was only because of the name of the game, Mortal Kombat.
Right.
Mortal Kombat is such an old franchise. It's such an old, you know, series. And just the fact that another Mortal Kombat game was coming out in such a long time just gave people the hype back. I think the thing that killed it and the thing that is killing it is kind of good and kind of bad, but it's just the fact that the game is flawed in a lot of ways and it's constantly getting updated. So, you know, when the game is constantly getting updated, it's in the hands of the developers. What they want to do with the game, the players don't feel fair with what's going on.
Right.
I think that's the thing that's killing Mortal Kombat. I think if Mortal Kombat, even though as a flawed game as it released, if it would have stayed the same when the game came out, I think a lot more people would be playing the game. But because the game keeps changing, people can't keep up with the updates. People, you know, I know that's the reason why a lot of people aren't playing the game right now. Because people can't keep up, and that's just my reason why I think Mortal Kombat is not doing too good in the community. Yeah. But the fact that MLG picked it up should boost it a little bit. Yeah,
because you mentioned the fact with the whole updates and stuff. That was a question I had asked to Justin back at NEC. And I said, what are your feelings towards patches? And he said he likes the idea of patches because he said, you know, if something's broke, you know, fix it.
Of course.
You know, but I said, then for example, MVC2, there was no updates for that. You players dictated the update, so to say. So if something was broke, you guys had the skills and ability to say, all right, this is how I'm going to counteract it. You know, I mean, do you feel, well, you just basically, you did say that updates are basically taking away the fan base. So, I mean, well, I just answered my own question for myself. Yeah. Now, with that said, another game is coming out. Street Fighter versus Tekken. There's a lot of hype behind it, but there's also a lot of hate, it seems, with this whole gem system. You know, I got to play it at East Coast. I played it at Evo,
Before the gems.
Before the gems.
Before they even announced gems.
Yeah, before
it was
gems.
Just a straight game.
Yeah, it was just a straight game. And then when I was at Comic-Con, that's when the gems were introduced. The game seemed fun. The whole launching system and such. Have you tried it recently?
No, not recently.
Okay.
The last time I actually touched it was at Evo. I only played one game. The monitors were laggy and I couldn't really do anything, but I just played one game and I just left it at that. But from what I've been seeing and from what I know about the game, I think the game is going to shape out to be really nice. As far as gems are concerned, it's not really a determining factor or makes the skill gap in players, because it's not like it's something you can activate on your own. It just happens as you're playing. The gems activate according to your play style. So if you're a defensive player and you block, you don't get hit too much, you block a lot, if you have a defense gem, it's just going to happen. Your defense is going to get better.
Right.
Just, I guess, as a reward for just having a defense. If you're an attacker, if you have a power gem, and your offense is your forte, then it's just going to activate. It's not, oh, I want to activate this power gem, I need to win.
Right.
I got to do this. It's not going to work like that.
Yeah, it's not like that.
No, it's not going to work like that. And actually, you kind of don't notice the gems when you're playing. It's just there. It's just there. It's not a comeback factor or anything. It's just there. It's just why you're playing. It's like a reward for why you're playing. I see why Capcom put the gems in the game, even after I kind of had some disagreement with the gems. Like they said, there will be a difference in a mirror match. If you have a Ryu with power and a Ryu with defense, it's still going to even up, because if your power gem's activated and your defense gem's activated, it's still going to be even. It's gonna
exactly
collide. It's gonna negate itself. But other than that, it's a little bit different. You have to play the match. It's a little bit different. It's not a comeback factor. It's just a change of pace in the game. Because imagine if they didn't put gems in the game would kind of be like Street Fighter 4 with Tekken characters.
Right.
Now my joke, I'd say, like, I call the game Street Fighter 4 Cross Tekken, with the exception of Hugo, Poison, and Rolento.
Right.
It's basically just Street Fighter 4 characters.
Yeah.
It's not really any old characters that came back yet that we don't know about. It's just Street Fighter 4 characters with Hugo, Rolento, and Poison. And Tekken characters. The Tekken characters are the characters I'm really stoked for, because they're different. We know what Street Fighter characters are.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though the one thing I do like about the game is that there's no focus system. So characters are more inclined to attack. They're not scared because they might get focused. Guile, for example, Street Fighter 4, you have to be really careful with Guile, because he doesn't have a focus-breaking move if he's not charging. And he can't attack. Like, a lot of people ask me, why don't Guile players attack more? And they don't seem to understand that he can't really attack.
Yeah, he has no two-hit move.
He can't attack. If focus-friendly players is focused, he's done.
Right.
So he has to play defensively and lure the opponents away. That's just his play style. But in Street Fighter Cross Tekken, since there's no focus system, you can play however you want. You can go in without fear of
a crumple.
Yeah, like why are you scared to attack? You're not scared to attack in this game. Plus, even though there's they call it cross rush, the chain combo system. It kind of benefits from charge characters, because they can charge while doing the cross rush.
They can link.
They can link after certain moves in the cross rush. You don't have to finish the cross rush with the launcher.
Okay.
You can link certain moves if your character has a move that can do it. Build charge, do another combo, tag out, do whatever you want. It's Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Anything's possible in that game, from what I see. Just the whole cross rush system has good and bad things. Another thing about the cross rush system is that it's not really real damage. The only real damage that comes from the cross rush is the launcher.
Okay.
So if you're doing a cross rush, all that damage can be given back if you tag out.
Right.
So you can't win a match based off chain combos.
Okay.
This is not going to work. If they tag out, they get all that life.
Yeah, that health regenerates basically.
So that's a good thing. It makes the game less scrub friendly. Imagine a game like that with chain combos, and that's all you need. If the game didn't if the game wasn't the way it was, then like what would be the point of like links and skillful combos, right? You just mash your way to victory.
Yeah,
change
over and over, right?
So they made it so that you can get that life back, and I think they know what they're doing with the game. I just can't wait for the game to come out because that's gonna be my main game.
Now I do remember something that was said off camera. There was one gem in particular that you said you feel is going to benefit the game. What gem was that?
Oh, that's a speed gem.
Yeah.
Because, you know, power gem increases your power defense, makes your defense better, you take less damage. But the speed gem, it makes for more mobility, you know. It is going to change the way a person plays, your movement will be faster. It's going to make people think, oh, you know, the character's faster now. I got to kind of ease off a little bit, or the character's faster. My character's faster, Miguel's faster. I can throw a Sonic Boom. I can walk back faster and throw another Sonic Boom. I can change the positioning faster. Let's change the footsies faster with the speed gem. I think the speed gem is going to be one of the most defining tools in that game. Definitely.
That's some good stuff right there. I mean, and you didn't even play the game.
No,
and you know
not recently.
And you know all this information.
I know a lot more, but I can't really elaborate on it.
So I mean, that right there just shows the fact that your skill level, you could just take in what's told to you, and you could just break it down in your head and know exactly what it's going to be. But I know you have to get back to your pulling out. That should be starting up soon. So again, Dieminion, thank you.
Thank you
Congratulations once again. I mean, you're going to see Dieminion more at more majors, and I mean, you can see his amazing guy because there's really no other guy who's out there. I mean, is there really any other guy who?
Shout out to War. He's holding it down on the West. He just has a couple of matchup problems, but other than that, he's pretty good.
You don't have matchup problems.
No. I know matchups. That's the reason why I win. But I know matchups. That's all.
Good stuff, man. So Kevin, thank you again.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it, and I'm gonna let you do your thing.
All right. Shout out to Broken too.